Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Good morning. Early live for Fantasy Live today. We are going to the Valkyries game tonight, so we weren't going to be able to record. So we have to record right now. So hopefully you guys, this time works for you. If not, drop in the comments your questions. We'll get to them as soon as we can. But it is week 9. Week 9 for Fantasy is going to be a little bit longer for our league. It is a default setting. So the fantasy week will be from July 14th to July 27th. We're going to be covering just this week up until the All-Star break, which begins on the 19th? 18th. So there's only 3 days of games this week. We have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we'll be covering also the Monday game today, obviously before they start. And then next week we'll have another live to cover part 2 of week 9. So week 9 is basically 2 weeks long. And yeah, Josh, I know, so early. We're going to the Valkyries game today. We usually leave at noon. So we have to knock it out right now. And I'm glad we have the chance to do it early. Maybe, more people get to tune in. I know for the East Coasters we go live a little late. So hopefully you guys are able to tune in for this one. Trade deadline, wanted to give a reminder, July 18th. I know for my league I messed up and I made it like July 11th, so my bad for our league. But I think everyone else's league is July 18th, so make sure to get those trades in. I know a trade I did because I have no bigs. And I want your opinion on this. I want your guys' opinion on this. I traded away Lexi Hull for Nas Hillman. I had Ari McDonald at the time. So, Meg, what do you was that a bad trade? I think Nas has done better in the last 2 games than Lexi has done. But long term, what are you thinking about that trade?
I think it's still good because I think, with the resting they're needing to do with Ryan Howard right now, it'll be beneficial.
Yeah.
And in long term, they're still going to need her to do well.
Yeah.
She's that big that can come out, shoot the 3, and be kind of on the perimeter compared to Brianna Jones and Brittany Garner. So I still think she puts up decent fantasy points.
And then my thought process, I had 2 Indiana guards, and I was like, I have to get rid of one of these, and I need a big. So I kind of just went with Lexi Hull. I don't know. They're kind of even.
Well, and now Sophie's popping off, so you never know how it's going to play out.
So that was my trade. I know there was another big trade that went down in Champ League. Do you have it up?
Champ League?
I want to say it was big. It was all for Brianna Jones. It was like Alana Smith, Brittany Griner, and another piece for Brianna Jones. I want to say it was a guard. It was 2 bigs and a guard, all for Brianna Jones. No.
In the Champ League? No. I don't see
it was in the Champ League because I got the notification because I was trying to get Bree Jones as well. If you find it, let me know. But it was a big, huge blockbuster trade before the deadline. I know Bree Jones is a commodity to get right now. I was trying to get her. I know she had a couple down games, but it was still good. All right, let's get into Fantasy Live. Transactions. A lot of things happened. DeWanna Bonner signs rest of season contract. We'll talk about her fantasy value in our rankings. Leah King was waived. Haley Jones signs rest of season contract with Dallas. Dantas returned. Cardoso returned. Kiana Williams was waived by Phoenix. Tiffany Mitchell signed rest of season contract with Seattle. I know we don't have her technically on our rankings. So, Meg, what is your thoughts on Tiffany Mitchell fantasy-wise?
It looks like it'll be good. They're giving her a lot of minutes already. So, that's only, when you get minutes, that's more opportunities to be able to get fantasy points. So, it looks good.
Yeah. I think we left her out on these rankings. I'll have to double check when we get there. But I'm going to ask you where you would slot her in our top rankings this week. Alyssa Peely waived by Minnesota. Mercedes Russell waived by LA. Talbot waived by Golden State. Haley Peters and Jaylen Brown waived by Connecticut. If you haven't already, check out our recap. We go more into depth of our opinions on who was waived. We like to just overview them here, just to let you know who's in and who's out. Injury watch. Mabry supposed to only miss 3 more games, so I believe now it's down to 2 more games. Arika returned. Hasn't been good, though. Dejanay is out still. Gustafson returned. Cameron Brink hopefully will return by the end of July. And Satu and Kalia Copper were ruled out for tonight. Meg for not Cameron Brink, Gustafson. Is she someone you're streaming?
Not right now, no.
Okay, not enough fantasy production?
I don't think so. Not to start. I mean, this is her first game back from being injured
2 games.
for a while. So I would give it some time still.
She's getting a lot of minutes, I will say, but it's just not turning around on the fantasy production side of things. So that's kind of a bummer.
I mean, they do play Dallas this short week, I think on Wednesday, but I don't know. I don't. If you need her, yeah, but Asia's back. I just don't see her getting a ton at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
And in that trade, I did find it. It was a big trade. So it was Brianna Jones for Alana Smith, Brittany Griner, and Sammy Whitcomb.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What
they gave up a lot for Brianna Jones.
What side would you have rather had?
The Alana side. That's
you're getting Alana Smith and Sammy Whitcomb and Brittany Griner. Yeah.
I mean, she's still putting up double-figure fantasy points.
How much? What was her last game?
Hold on, now I gotta go back.
Oh, sorry. That is a lot. It kind of depends what you needed on your team, but I really was high on Brianna Jones.
Brittany Griner, last 2 games, 25 fantasy points. Before that, 18, 14, 21, 26. It's still tons. That's way too much for Brianna Jones, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a haul. Congratulations for getting rid of Brianna Jones. No, but I really like Bria Jones. I think you could have gave less for her.
Yeah.
Like, you probably could have got
less.
Like, you could have probably did 2 of those and then been fine, right?
Yeah. I mean, Alana Smith herself. I mean, man, I don't know. I think you could have even got away with straight up. Let me see.
Straight up Alana Smith for Brianna Jones?
I mean, Alana Smith's last 2 games are 33-31. And then, let me go to Bri Jones.
But Bri Jones has been struggling a little bit these last 2 games.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have got away with maybe going straight up. Brianna.
I don't know. I don't think I would have gave up that much, but I still think I would have traded for Brianna Jones.
Brianna Jones logged 21-14, 31-34. So maybe Alana and Sammy. Maybe.
Yeah. Or Brittany Griner and Sammy. I think I would have done that. Brittany Griner and Sammy.
Sammy's killing it. 25-50. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard, but I think
definitely didn't need 3 people.
No, I would have done a two for 1. Unless you needed to get rid of 3 people, like you were dropping, like your lineup was crowded.
Yeah,
that could have been a scenario because I have one of those issues in one of my leagues right now, actually. Okay, over to game count for week 9. We already prefaced it. It's going to be a shorter week because of the All-Star break. So everyone has 1 game except Chicago, Golden State, Indiana, Minnesota, and Phoenix for the first half of week 9. So that we did try and factor that into our rankings this week a lot more. Especially, it's kind of hard when you get to those like coming off the bench, 6th player, 7th player, 8th player off the bench. So we tried to take, these teams have 2 games. We're going to raise them in our rankings a little bit higher because of that. And so we'll explain that going into our top 30 pickups. I know you guys gave us some feedback. Some like the day-to-day. Some like just overall because it gets repetitive when we do day-to-day. So we're going to try this out. Top 30 pickups. It is 3 days. So the people we talk about are only rostered in less than 50% of leagues. And I will highlight who we usually talk about. They are no longer rostered in less than 50% of leagues, so just so you guys don't get confused of why we left them out. For me, a lot of the Phoenix players are going to be a target just because they have 2 games this week. And I want to say that because a lot of people utilize the waiver wire, and right when you drop that person, it takes 2 days for them to process on the waiver wire. So by the time you're dropping them Monday night, they're not usually going to be available on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Or if they are, you have to put in a claim for them. And you don't always want to put in a claim for some of these players, right? So you might as well just pick up for example, my number one is Sammy Whitcomb. If she's even still there, she is not rostered at, like, she's like, I want to say 30% rostered. Still very low. But if Sammy plays 2 games, I'm rostering. She's my first number one priority. I'm going to get 2 games out of her. I'd rather do that than pick up someone that has 1 game, try and pick up someone on Wednesday, and then try and pick up someone again on or Tuesday, and then try and pick up someone again on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I mean, what's your kind of idea on this shorter week?
Yeah, agreed. You kind of have to see if you can pick someone up that can really get you going for the whole week, just because of how short the week is. It's going to be tough. So also take a look at your opponent, see what they're able to do, how many players they have, and whether or not what you have matches up, so that you don't have to drop. But yeah, it's tough when it's a short week like this.
Yeah. Nicholas, I know you pointed out week 9 is actually 2 weeks. Yes, we had already mentioned that earlier in the live. We're just going over the first half of week 9. It's easier to break down this way. So we're gonna go week 9 part 1. Okay, so this is week 9 part 1. So our top 30 picks from Monday to Wednesday. So like I said, Sammy Whitcomb, Rachel Banham still widely available. She also has 2 games this week. And then Janelle Salon. I wanted to take some time to talk about her because we've been very back and forth with Golden State in the rotation. Now that they have Wave at Talbot, Salon has gotten a lot of minutes in the last 2 games, started last game, and I think she's going to go back to her regular role. I mean, Meg, Golden State Valkyrie fan, what are you thinking about Salon?
Yeah, I think she's just getting back in the groove of things. Yeah. And I think that her minutes are just going to increase. You saw that in the last game. She was in the game down the stretch. I think that's going to be kind of the same. She's going to get back in that rotation. So, yeah, with having 2 games, it's a must pick up, I think.
And then when we get to the 1-gamers, but have just been really good. And I feel like that is Sanaya, Isaiah, JJ Quinterly, Phoebich, Liaru. They all have 1 game, which is kind of a bummer because you're going to have to make that decision. But if they're out there, you have to pick them up. They've been so good for fantasy. They're not heavily rostered in a lot of leagues, and it's just the pickup you have to make. I believe who plays late? It's Dallas, right? So Dallas is a little tricky because Dallas plays Wednesday, but I know a lot of people need those Monday and Tuesday games. I know for me anyways, I do. I don't have a lot of people playing these first 2 days. So it's kind of like you have to kind of risk it, in my opinion. That's why if a Rachel Banham, a Sammy Whitcomb, a Janelle is out there, I'm just picking them up. And if I can't get an Isaiah, which is a bummer, or a Quinterly or Sanaya, I mean, it has to be what it has to be. I will say Quinterly with Arike coming back, not to say she'll have a downtick, but I think they're going to start working Arike in there more. I know JJ started. I would just prefer Isaiah over JJ. I think even though she's coming off the bench, she tends to be more productive. Especially with Arike coming back. That's what makes it a little bit like, I'll lean Isaiah.
I think Quinterly has more, higher ceiling. Because she's fast, she gets to the basket quick, she sometimes gets steals and extra things that Isaiah doesn't. But it's like her floor is lower and higher than Isaiah. Isaiah is that consistency player. But yeah, Dallas is hard because also Dallas plays on Wednesday when a lot of teams play. So I feel like when I've been going through the teams, a lot of players, you guys already have kind of full rosters on Wednesday. Yeah. So keep that in mind that, don't pick up a Dallas player and then go to Wednesday and see, oh, you can't even play them. Yeah. It's not really worth it. You might as well pick up one of these other players that has, 2 games or can fill up Monday and Tuesday for you. So just keep that in mind. Wednesday, I know at least in my couple leagues, a lot of Wednesdays look pretty full already.
Full. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So then after that, 9 through 10, we have a lot of Phoenix players, Makoa Akani, West Bell, I think because Kalia Copper and Satu are still out, they're still viable plays. They also have 2 games this week, which raised them in our rankings. Bria Hartley is actually top 10 for me just because with Layla Lacan in here, I feel like it's allowed Bria Hartley to just ascend fantasy-wise. And I don't know. She's been killing it these last couple of games. 15 fantasy points, 28 fantasy points last 2 games. It's just looking good, and I would take her. It's just the thing is she plays on Tuesday, so it's more of a pickup. You can either pick up someone that plays on Monday, drop them and pick her up. That kind of becomes a little difficult as well, depending on your makeup. But she's definitely a standout, and she's definitely on the waiver wire a lot. She's probably one of the most picked up and dropped players.
Yeah.
It's just all Connecticut guards are basically picked up and dropped a lot in majority of our leagues anyways. And then you kind of get to the Temi, Dewana, Nas, Bridget. Dewana's up here. Okay, she played really well that first game with Phoenix. With Satu and Kalia Copper still out, I think she can still be fantasy relevant. Our tune might change when those two come back healthy, because then rotation is going to be a little bit different. But what's your stance on Dewana Bonner this week?
Yeah, I think Dewana Bonner, you got to pick her up. With, like you said, the players being out, there's really a big chance for her to get fantasy relevant.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting the minutes too. I mean, you saw off her first game, like they're gonna play her. They picked her up to play her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just keep an eye out. I know they already ruled Satu out for tonight, but you know she could be making a return before All-Star. I think they're just playing it by ear.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep an eye on that. But other than that, I mean, and I feel like most of our leagues, someone has Bonner.
Oh yeah,
but it's overall, but still,
someone's already picked her up.
You guys already know, and you guys grabbed her.
Yeah, I will say Suge Sutton dropped a little bit for us. It kind of ebbs and flows with Brittany Sykes. If Brittany Sykes is doing well, Suge doesn't always do that well. But if Brittany Sykes is having a bad game, usually Suge performs. I will say she's still in the top 20 just because she gets those starting minutes, 20 plus minutes a night. You guys already know, like, if you're getting minutes, you're going to have more opportunity to score and get fantasy points. So I don't want to totally diss her. She did have an off game last game. I feel like same boat with Kennedy Burke. They keep switching between her and Niara Savely in the starting lineup, but she still gets good minutes. We all know that Kennedy Burke is, produces fantasy-wise. So we still have to respect them in that aspect. But as we get down into like 18 to 20, and then I'll flip to the rest into the top 30. Alaman, Ari McDonald, Layla Khan. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these picks. Just because, obviously Alaman starts, and then Ari and Layla Khan come off the bench right now. But Ari and Layla are getting good minutes off the bench, and Ari tends to play when they're either getting blown out or they're up a lot. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really go wrong with Ari McDonald, but with these three, Meg, how would you kind of pick them? Because to me, they're all kind of the same. I wouldn't be mad with any of them.
See, the thing with Ari McDonald is she's still getting good minutes, but with Caitlin, because what they were doing was they were slowly increasing her minutes.
Yeah.
But they did say in the last game that they really liked when Caitlin's playing off ball, even though on fast breaks she's been killing it in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say this one's hard because I only see Lacan growing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, since she's been back, it's been like a whole new Connecticut team. Yeah. It's like it brought life to them.
Yeah.
But
they do only play one game this week.
Yeah. And
Ari plays two.
And Julie Alleman only plays one as well.
Yeah, that is true.
That's tough. So, I mean, Ari is the one to go with. I think she's still going to be relevant.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy-wise. They play Connecticut, which means that, it might even give her more minutes so they can rest some other players.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And then they play New York. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would have to say Ari first.
Okay.
And then the others.
Okay.
Just because of that 2 game, especially if you need it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'll have to agree with you on that one. The rest of our top 30, so 21 to 30, gets a little difficult. I know we have Lexi Hall pretty low. I don't know. The way that they've been not treating Lexi, but kind of benching her more, especially when they're, up a lot or, down a lot. They leave Ari McDonald in. They don't want her to get her or put her in a position, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, I feel like her offensive production has stalled compared to Ari McDonald. I think that's why I have Ari a little bit higher. And then Sophie right next to Lexi. I don't want to, jump on this how well Sophie's doing, because then it always comes down to a disappointment. Like, she's on a high, and it happens with a lot of fantasy players, right? They're on this high. Tahina Pau, for example, they're on a high, and then they, go back to what they're originally doing. So it's like we can kind of maybe ride that high because Indiana has 2 games this week, so she is still a valuable pickup because you'll get 2 plays out of her before All-Star break. But, I mean, and you can say the same for Lexi Hull. So, I mean, what are you kind of thinking about Sophie Cunningham's recent explosion?
I think that there's a chance she can keep it going, but like you said, it's such a talented team that you just never know. I think that the matchup Wednesday against New York, she's gonna have to hit.
Yeah.
So I think that that Wednesday game, I would risk it on Sophie because to be able, New York has been hitting from the 3 lately, like everyone. So if they can have Sophie Cunningham put up a good performance, this is the game that they'll need that. So it's going to be risky, but I would say that's the game to look to pick up Sophie.
Yeah. And I will say I'm looking at this, and I know I have JC Sheldon really low. The only concern I had was she only played 12 minutes 2 games ago. I believe she was in foul trouble. But with Lacan back, I do have my concerns for JC Sheldon. And with Marina Mabry coming back, I can see her taking the hit. And I know they only play 1 game this week, and I think that's why I originally had her so low. She didn't do bad like this last game. I think it was like 26, but before that it was only 4. So I'm just cautious with JC Sheldon, I think. But I think I would have her a little bit higher now that I'm looking at it, probably around the Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham range. I think I was overreacting a little bit after that 4 fantasy performance. But I do think, like Meg said, Lacan is only going to get more integrated into this lineup. And then with Mabry coming back very soon, I think JC Sheldon's the one that takes a hit. So what do you think about JC Sheldon?
Yeah, JC Sheldon, the minutes thing is concerning. But, I mean, they don't have a ton of depth anyway, so I still think she'll be a good play.
Yeah. Well, they need her defensively, obviously, but
right.
I just think the guard room is getting so much more crowded now. I'm curious to see how they continue with that rotation.
I will say she's just been struggling with foul trouble, and I think that's been contributing to the minutes.
Exactly. Yes.
And so that's why we kind of ranked her a little low.
Yeah.
Especially because Bria Hartley's been benefiting on her not being out there.
Yeah.
So that's why we just put it as risky. We put it lower because it's just the ones that are lower. Not to say they don't have high ceilings. It's just that it's a little bit risky because of previous performances. Just like Cecilia, guys.
I think she's making a comeback.
I think tonight is going to bring us back to old Cecilia.
Yeah.
They played her towards the end of that Aces game. She hit a couple. I think she hit 1 big 3 for us.
Yeah.
But she's just a pure shooter in my mind.
Yeah.
And so I only see it increasing. I know they were just trying to work her back from her coming back from overseas. But Cecilia, to me, has a potential high ceiling. We just don't know how she'll be worked back into the rotation.
Yeah. But I do want to say, I think, I know you guys are looking at the rankings. I would have JC Sheldon right in the mix with Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham. I would still take that risk. The rest, Dana Evans, Natasha Mack, Leah Edwards. You guys know the story. I think they're going to be consistent in those like 11 and up, maybe 11 to 15 range. I wouldn't expect much after that. I know Leah Edwards has been getting some good looks, limited minutes still, but still she's being pretty effective with the limited minutes she's getting. Anyone else on this list, Meg, that I didn't point out you want to talk about?
No, I think you covered most of it. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously the Dallas situation with Geisel Suter, they call it Sluter, Geisel Suter, McCowan and Leah Rue. I still would have Leah Rue first, then Louisa, then McCowan. Louisa gets the minutes. It's just she's not gonna give you like, I don't know, those 20s that we were seeing before she left for overseas. I don't know if we'll ever get back to that. I feel like Leah Rue is really taking over that slot. And then Anissa Morrow and Niara. Morrow's been doing good. I think she came back down a little bit from her 40s, 30s and 40 performances. She's just in the mix with Tina Charles and Olivia Nelson-Ododa. I really think it's going to be based on, who's in foul trouble, who's hot that game, and then you're going to ride with the hot hand, kind of with Connecticut. Yeah. Would you say? Yeah. We just did top 30. If there's any other player you guys are questioning, like if you're in a deeper league, make sure to put it in the comments, and then we'll let you know if we would take them over someone else that you guys are considering as well. Q&A portion, we have a couple of questions regarding Cameron Brink. So what will the Sparks look like when Brink comes back? Mainly talking about Azare, Hamby, and Jackson. I'll let you take that, May.
I wouldn't worry about those three.
Okay.
I still think they're going to perform just like Plum. They're going to perform. Brink is going to need a little bit of time to fully adjust back into the rotation. I mean, it's always hard coming back to the league and having been playing. I mean, it's different when you're in the games than just practicing. So,
yeah.
She's gonna be adjusting, and I think that her minutes, they're gonna do that slow increase of minutes.
Yep.
She's not gonna come out and get tons of minutes.
No.
And you kind of see that with Ray Burrell. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Ray Burrell's been back, and they're slowly increasing her minutes, but very slowly. Mm-hmm. That's what they're going to do with Brink, because they're not going to want to risk re-injuring her.
I feel like this is more of a question for preseason next fantasy season of how is it really going to affect the team, because then I think that's a real concern. This season, I think she's just going to try and slowly come back and just, because Azare and De'Erica are doing really well right now. There's no way that, Cameron Brink's just going to step in and take over their minutes, honestly. Should I consider Wheeler as a waiver wire pickup? Someone I would hold always. Now as someone that I would hold always.
Wheeler to me is
maybe.
Waiver wire. I don't
really?
know. Seattle's been up and down. I mean, I guess... So my concern with Wheeler is if Tiffany Mitchell starts to do good.
Yeah.
You can see her still in minutes there.
Yeah.
But it depends on your lineup and what you need.
Yeah.
But Wheeler's gonna consistently get you, I think, double figures at least.
Oh yeah. I think Wheeler, I guess I would agree with you. Maybe not necessarily a hold, depending who else is on your roster. I would take her over a lot of other guards that you probably were holding on your roster. With Mitchell coming in and looking pretty good, I think that'll eat into Wheeler's fantasy production a little bit. But yeah, it would kind of depend on who else is on your team. If Mieseman comes over, will she be straight free agent or put into waivers first? I actually don't know her contract. She's a free agent right now? She's been out of the league for a little bit, so she probably is a free agent.
I think she's a free agent.
I'm pretty sure she is too. Is Enrique a buy low, high reward trade target? I personally wouldn't go for Enrique. I'm over it. I feel like a lot of Enrique managers are over it. Unless you can get her for really, really low. Like, really low. I couldn't even tell you what low. But I personally wouldn't be targeting Enrique. Meg, would you be targeting Enrique?
Personally, no.
I think it's a wrap. I think Isaiah James, JJ Quinley, Paige Beckers, like, the young guards are just on fire. They're going to ride that hot hand. She's dealing with an injury. Unless you can get her real low, I mean, I wouldn't even touch it. Someone was asking about how our Champ League works. So, for Champ League, this season, because we have 4 regular leagues, top 4 in Champ League are going to stay. Bottom 4 will be eliminated. And then the winners of our regular 4 leagues will go into Champ League next year. Champ League is basically all the winners from the previous season playing against each other to be like a main champion. And it rotates every single year. Top 4 will stay. Bottom 4 will leave. If we do shorten leagues, then it'll be something a little bit different. But top 4 will always stay in Champ League and then continue to try to be the overall champ.
And if we win in one of our regular leagues, it goes to the second place winner.
If we're already in the Champ League and we win regular league, then the second place team will have a slot in Champ League.
Don't worry, guys, though. I think I'm getting kicked out of Champs League. You guys just... too hard for me. And
Champ League is hard for for people that aren't in Champ League. Champ League is really hard. Like, you guys, obviously they're champions from the previous league, so
they're champs for a reason.
Yeah, everyone's on top of it, and it's really hard. It's like, well, we're also in multiple leagues, so managing all those leagues is definitely hard. But yeah, a champ league is no joke, for real. It's very competitive in there. Questions in the chat. Any news on Emma Mieseman? No. I know that they had rumored her being connected to New York, but Sandy Brondello said she hasn't talked to Mieseman, so I don't know. If Mieseman comes over, man, that's a game changer. I really think the Aces should get her. That'd be crazy. Was Beck Allen's big game against Dallas an outlier? Yes. 100%. I mean, we love Beck Allen. I mean, when going into the season, we were trying to say Beck Allen over Kia Nurse. It happened for a little bit. Now it's Rachel Bannum. Good for Rachel Bannum. But yeah, that what was that? It was like 47 fantasy points or something she had. Yeah. That's definitely an outlier. I mean, but you guys know she has the potential to do it again. So keep that in mind. Of course, when I dropped Solana and Zandalicini because of no playing time, now they start playing. Yeah, Golden State. Unpredictable. They waive your favorite players. No. But I think, moving forward, those two are finally going to come back into the rotation before, they had it. I mean, is that like your likely projection?
I mean, what we've noticed with the coach is that she really scouts the other team and she'll switch up a lineup. Like, she's not sticking with any one person. I think the most consistent players that start on that team is Burton and Thornton. Mm-hmm. Everyone else, I think she determines it based off their matchup. Mm-hmm. I think it is a little bit working people back in, but I still feel like she's just going based off every matchup. It could be different. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Thoughts on a Mihir drop or keep? I'm probably dropping her. I think because Zandalicini... Megan, did you just pick up Zandalicini?
Yes.
Oh my god. See what I'm talking about? I do all this work and Megan's just making moves in the background again. This is crazy work.
It's in my own league.
Oh, we're not in that league together? Okay. No. So, Mihir, I personally would drop. I think with Zandalicini and Salon coming back, that was the hierarchy before they had left overseas. So I don't see that path for me here. I mean, would you agree, Meg, or you have a different perspective?
Yeah, no, I think Mihir's great. She's going to be a great off the bench, but I think with these overseas players back, I think her minutes are going to drop.
Yeah. Is Brooke in Champ League 2? No. She is not in Champ League. How is she doing in her league,
I don't see her league.
Oh, I see her league. Okay, hold on. Let me see how she's doing really quick. But she's not in Champ League for the inaugural season. Let's see. Where is Brooks? Oh, right here. That one. What the heck? Brooke is 7-1 and we didn't even know?
Hey, when we leave her alone, look what happens. Heck?
Brooke is 1 in her league. When I tell you I'm shocked beyond measure.
Let me see.
I haven't even been looking at her stuff or keeping track of it. That's crazy. And you know what's funny is because we all make fun of Brooke of not paying attention and not taking it seriously.
She's been on it this year.
Yeah, Brooke's been on it this year, and she's 7-1. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Well, Brooke might be in Champ League next year.
I'm getting the boot, and she's getting in. Wow.
That's crazy. I have to text her because I really didn't know she was doing that good. Would you hold on to Shepard? She's more of a drop pickup to me, but who do you have? Are you in a deeper league? Shepard's not horrible, honestly. Josh said, Brooke is killing us all. I didn't know she was doing that good. That's so funny. That's crazy. But she still has to win playoffs. That's the sucky thing, I think, about, like, regular season. Is, like, you can't get too comfortable because that bottom seed or that 4 seed could just take you out. Fantasy is always a little bit of luck. Because now, especially with women's fantasy basketball, you have to take into schedule. Like, you might be short that week compared to your opponent. And it doesn't even matter. Your opponent might be 7-1. And then you're the 4 seed barely squeezing in. And you have the better schedule. It kind of sucks. Like, someone, I forgot who pointed it out to us. But they were saying, like, the whole season I was struggling trying to keep up with schedule, but towards the end, that's when my players started to have more games, and that's when I started winning. So it is a little bit of luck. It really is. It's hard to map out for sure. Would you hold Shepard?
No, waiver wire.
Yeah, she would definitely be a waiver wire, but if you're in a deeper league, depending on who else you're trying to debate dropping her with, I would leave that open to discussion for sure. Any other questions, drop them in the chat. If not, if we, end the live and you guys are just watching the live on replay, make sure to drop your fantasy questions in the comments. You can also join our Discord as well. Link is in our description. The community is great with answering questions if we're not able to. And I know we have been talking about Underdog a lot. Meg, are you doing an Underdog card today?
It was only like 2 games.
There is 2 games, but I think you have some good options. You have Minnesota and Chicago, Phoenix and Golden State, all good.
Yeah, I can throw one on there.
Scoring options.
I might do a card that goes today, tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow?
Yeah, it goes through all 4 games.
Well, who are you? Do they have any people up right now?
Yeah.
Who do they have up?
They have all 4 games up.
Should we screen share and do a card really quick?
Sure.
Should we chat? Let's have a group Underdog selection. I want to know your guys' picks. I'm gonna tell you the picks, and you let me know. One more question. I have Satu in my weekly lock team and not sure whether to bench her for week 9. Any gross on if she will be back before or after All-Star Weekend? I think she's resting for All-Star Weekend, that's for sure. Before All-Star Weekend. Coming back, they did with Kiana Williams, so I was assuming one of them would come back, but they didn't. But I believe... Do you think they're going to come back before All-Star break?
I'm going to say no before All-Star.
I'm going to say no, too.
But after...
After they might.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get rest. They want them to rest. They've already been out so many games, so why rush them back before All-Star break? But I hate that weekly lock. That's a bummer. It does make things fair, I guess, so you don't work the waiver wire. But working the waiver wire is a part of fantasy, in my opinion. So if you're in a weekly lock, would you put her in?
If I'm in a weekly lock.
But then...
Does that lock next week as well? Or do they...
Or does it reset for next?
That's what I would want to know.
Oh, I know. He said his combines though. I think he said. So I need to set. Whoa. Where'd it go? So I need to set my lineup today for 2 whole weeks.
See, that's tough.
That
because
sucks.
This beginning week, today's game, she's not playing.
Yeah.
And then they play. They play Wednesday. Hold on, let me see.
That's a bummer. They should reset every week.
They play Wednesday.
Yeah, he said it locks both weeks. So, are you projected to at least win? Do you have more players than not? Than your
honestly,
opponent?
They have 1, 2, 3 games next week and 2 this week. And we know for sure she's not playing one of them, but that's 5 games. And I think she potentially could play everything next week. There's a potential she might even play at the end of the Wednesday game, maybe.
Who would be your waiver wire pickup if she's on your IR, though? Is it someone, decent? I bet on the Mercury to win the WNBA championship right before they got Copper back. The odds were 18-1. I really think they're going to win it, too. I think they have a really good chance. They look good. They don't have, their full healthy lineup. So would it depend who the waiver wire pickup is for you?
I don't know how does the lock work though. I thought
the whole 2 weeks.
Yeah, you lock it. You don't.
No,
get
I know.
Waiver.
But would you risk it? I'm saying, would you risk it on Satu and leave her in there, or would you say, what's your waiver wire pickup to lock it in if you have Satu on IR?
And it has to. I wonder if it has to be a forward.
Oh yeah. Let me know.
Because if it has to be a forward, forwards are tough. So I would lock Satu in. But if it's a guard and depending on what's out there, I feel like I have to see his lineup. But I think I would ride Satu. I think Satu's going to come back next week, though.
Westbeld, Akoa, or Nalissa?
The only one I would say is Akoa. No, I would risk Satu over the other 2.
Yeah. I think if Satu comes back, it hurts Westbeld.
And what can I ask this? What's your record?
Has to be a forward. Oh.
Yeah, but what's your record? Like, if you did risk it this week and potentially took a L, like, is it really gonna affect your standings?
It's getting close to playoffs.
Because I would risk it on Satu, in my personal opinion.
Oh, yeah, so not Akoa. It'd be between Westbelt and Alyssa.
Yeah, that's not worth it to me.
Westbelt has potential. I like Westbelt.
Satu's already been out, and I mean, Westbelt, let me
She's doing
show you
alright.
her numbers.
She's doing alright.
17, 20, 11, 14.
That's not horrible. That doesn't kill you.
It's not.
That doesn't
it's
kill
not
you.
horrible, but that's why I wonder about the record, if it's even necessary. Because I like the high ceiling that Satu would bring if she played.
4-4 tied for fourth. Always need to win.
Ooh, that's tough. So
I don't think
you
I'd
might have
risk
to
it.
do with you have to do the for
West
sure.
Belt.
Yeah.
I think you'd go West Belt. They benched Alyssa the other game, so.
She's in foul trouble too.
Oh, she's in foul trouble. She's always in foul trouble. I think I would go West Belt over Alyssa, though. Would you go to West Belt over Alyssa?
Yeah.
The only bummer is, I think Meg's right. After All-Star break, I think Satu's going to play, which was going to be a bummer. But I wouldn't risk it, especially if you need the win. Or... That's hard.
I don't know, but we gotta...
Okay. Kayla McBride, thinking about trading her. Yeah, Meg is too. Meg, who did you send? Didn't you put her in a trade this morning to someone? What was the trade?
Trying to get Natasha Howard. But I sent Bantam.
Oh, you didn't trade McBride.
No, I'm offering trades, but I'm trying to get Natasha Howard for Bantam.
Natasha Howard, Bantam.
And
Yeah, I would try and
lucky,
trade
then
McBride.
Yeah.
Would you try and trade McBride?
Yeah, I offered that too, McBride for Natasha, but I think if anything, she'll take the Bantam one.
Okay, got you. Okay, thanks. Yeah, good luck. Let us know how that one turns out next week, because that's a tough situation. Lineup blocks are no fun. All right, any other questions? Meg will send her Underdog lineup to Discord today. If you guys are new to Discord, make sure to scan our little code right there. You get, 100%? You get up to $1,000 in bonus funds if you guys are new to Underdog. So make sure to scan that code right there. Meg will drop her picks in Discord today before the games start. It's going to be fun. If you guys have any other additional questions, join our Discord link in the description or drop a comment on this video with your question. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. We'll be here all fantasy season long. Like I mentioned in the previous video, week 9 is 2 weeks. So we'll have part 2 to week 9 starting next Monday. But enjoy these next 3 days and then our break for All-Star Weekend. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys' support. We'll be back next week. Peace, guys.